Hi there. So today we're going to be taking a look at a poison deck in Standard. You might be saying to yourself, Standard? There's not been any poison decks in Standard for a couple of years now. And you would be wrong because there's actually several cards in Standard that can deal poison counters. Virulent Silencer is the one that this particular deck is being built around. One thing you're going to notice right away about this list is that it is all about robots. So all of the cards are robots. And the reason for this is that this card, Celestial Reunion, allows us to behold two creatures of a type. And then go ahead and search for a creature card. And then if we behold, pay the behold cost, put that creature directly into the battlefield. So it's kind of like Green Sun Zenith, except it finds any creature, not just a green creature, which is very important because kind of the goal of this deck is to drop early flyers like Fugitive Droid and Aerial Doombot, which, so you can see them on the screen here. Creature can't be blocked if artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn. And then Aerial Doombot, which is just a flying artifact creature. Put 3+1/+1 counters on it if you pay 6 mana. Really, the goal here is to get these little artifact flyers in with Virulent Silencer. And what Virulent Silencer says is that whenever a non-token artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. So you can see if you get a couple of these Virulent Silencers in play, you can get there with the poison plan. And to kind of augment the poison plan, we have Innkeeper's Talent. Innkeeper's Talent is a card that if we level it up to the 3rd level, means that they will get double poison counters every time they take poison counters. So you've got a lot of different ways to kind of get the poison counters down on the opponent here. And if all else fails and really can't go that route, we have Chrome Dome. Chrome Dome is just going to boost up our artifact creatures. And then can also create a copy of another artifact creature. So this is kind of what we're looking at here. We have to round out the deck Spell Pierce, just to help counter things like Day of Judgment, Gene Pollinator, kind of like to give us some mana. Desculpting Blast to give us a little bit of interaction. A Diversion Unit is another artifact creature, but also subs as a you sacrifice it and you can counter target instant or sorcerer spell unless its controller pays 3. In the sideboard, you also have Heritage Reclamation, and which will destroy an artifact or enchantment or exile a card from the graveyard. You have Negate and Aetherize. Negate mainly for the control matchups, and Aetherize for when you're getting attacked by a lot of creatures. Into the Flood Moths for the creature matchups too. Ghost Vacuum for graveyard hate. Serac, Elusive Hunter for decks with a lot of removal. This can kind of punish their removal if that's what they're really trying to do. And then last but not least, Kaido, Cunning Infiltrator. And Kaido, basically, whenever a creature deals combat damage, he gets loyalty counters, and if he gets enough, he gets you get an emblem where whenever a player casts a spell, you get a 2/1 blue ninja token. So, don't know how this is going to do. We're going to give it a shot. On to the games. Okay, so we won the die roll. We're going to go ahead and play first. This looks like a keeper. You'll keep this. The great thing about Innkeeper's Talent is that we can tap it with Gene Pollinator, so there's no reason not to run out the Gene Pollinator. And that allows us to cast Fugitive Druid and Innkeeper's Talent next turn. It looks like they're on one of the many Is-It decks of this format. good idea. This Doombot is gonna get fried. Might be wrong to put it on there. It might be better. Huh? It worked. Okay. So pretty good shape here. And if I draw land, I can just go directly for the silencer next turn. Burst lightning. Okay. When it says nope. Another Innkeeper's Talent. So the great thing about Innkeeper's Talent is that when you level it up, you get a ward. I think that is kind of what I want to do here. So I just want to run these out. Opponent is like, what is going on here? My opponents never know what I'm doing. I want to save the Fugitive Droid, because the Fugitive Droid, if I sacrifice it, can counter a spell that targets Virulent Silencer, which is kind of nice. Opponent opts. I'm just going to F6 here. They would love to draw land because then we can reunion for a silencer. If not, I'm happy to just play Innkeeper's Talent and try to roll the slow game. Now we did get the land. Now, I'm not super familiar with standards. I don't know what kind of counter spells my opponent might be representing here. Also, like silencer may be under threat. This is kind of a tricky spot. But I think fortune favors the bold. Ooh, no. I want that. I'm going to cast with the additional cost. Robot. You can behold creatures on the battlefield. Don't forget that. Opponent has no idea what is going on here. That is a beautiful thing, friends. Celestial Reunion. This is a deck nobody has seen before because it just came straight out of my brain. Okay, so we get the silencer in play. And honestly, we're just going to suit it up because if they have the removal, they have it. If they don't, I'd rather it have ward. Okay, great. So good news. The robots have been activated. They are now toxic. Okay. Triggers. Opponent now has 4 poison counters. So we are presenting lethal next turn. Alright, end of turn. Dramatic Critique. They're not dealing any damage, they're just drawing 2 and discarding a card. Opponent is digging for answers. If they don't take a Virulent Silencer off the table, they are probably dead. That is the honest truth. If I get to untap, with the fugitive in play, then there is no. Pondering their life. What is this marvelous poisonous masterpiece I'm facing? I don't really know. Okay. Impractical joke. Okay. So they're paying the war order cost on that to kill my flyer. They're playing sleight of hand, but they're just dead. They're just dead because all three of these are going to hit them and they're going to take 6 poison tokens. And then on our very first game, we have accomplished our goal, which is poison in standard. We don't really need this diversion unit, but we're going to play it anyways. Probably should not, because we're showing our opponent information. Don't need to show them. But robots assemble. Boom, boom, boom. 10 poison counters in standard, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So this matchup, from what I understand from looking at MTGO Goldfish, is heavy on things that target, and you can. I'm sure I'm not going to sideboard correctly in this format because I'm not by any means an expert in it, but I'm pretty sure that these Sculpting Blasts are going to come out. Maybe I want something like Sirac. It's going to be kind of an interesting experience to sort of figure out what needs to happen here. We'll try this. If it goes badly, it does. We've already accomplished our objective, killing someone with 10 poison counters. This looks pretty good. We will take. It makes me wish I had Riot Arbor here, like it was a modern or something, but alas, I do not. I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to pay the 2 life. I can play the Aerial Doombot. I have some decisions next turn. I can go for the Chrome Dome, try to get some additional damage through, or I could go for Diversion Unit. I think if I draw another land, get Burst Lightning. But it's not having any of this. Chrome Dome is pretty hard for this deck to kill. Or harder, because it is 3 toughness. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. They Spell Snare. Okay. Spell Snare is a magic card. So next turn I'll play Sirac. And Sirac seems pretty solid against what my opponent is trying to do here. If they counter it, okay. I can follow it up next turn. If they don't counter it, actually it says it can't be countered, of course. Duh. I think Drew Silencer. I think I just want to cast Diversion Unit. I think attack. I don't know that we're trying to win with regular damage this game. just whether we're trying to run with poison counters this game, because we do have the Sirac and we have 6 power on board. Opponent is not really presenting us with any real threats or defenses. It's more of this dig. Almost looks like they're playing Phoenix in Modern or something. Or an Pioneer. Broadside Barrage. Yeah. I'm going to draw a card. And I'm going to sacrifice my diversion unit. Diversion unit is a magic card, my friends. Okay. And that actually worked so well that I kind of want another diversion unit. Don't you? And who wouldn't want another diversion unit? And my hand, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape here. I got Silencer if I really need to go like poison, but I don't really need to go poison here. If I had double Silencer out, maybe it was too aggressive to play the Pollinator. They could have like dramatic critique. I'm fine with that. Not really much I can do about it. Sleight of hand. Opt. It's really digging here. Presumably for a creature of some kind. Maybe for threat. This is where Chrome Dome is kind of good, because this is going to boost our team. Opponent does not like Chrome Dome. Does not want us to have it. Opponent is deciding. Surveil? Decides to surveil. I think I'm fine with that. I don't want to waste the diversion unit countering that, because Chrome Dome will come down. And honestly, I could get a second Chrome Dome off of Reunion if I needed to. But I think I'd rather I could put them in one. If I get the second Chrome Dome, this just puts them at one. I don't hate that. Okay. Let's just do that. You go to one opponent. I don't really feel like I need to put anything else down. I feel like it's a mistake. Because if they have like some kind of sweeper here, Eddie Mark Crab. Yeah, so returning all non-elemental creatures. kind of bad. So, opponent has decided to come out and be problematic for us. And we will have to reassemble our robots. We are at 16 life. Decides to bounce. That's annoying. Taking their time. Figure out how to discard. Now, so this is starting to get bad for me now because my hand is full of cards that are too expensive. Playing Multiversal Passage is a little dangerous here. Um, so if I could drop 2 flyers, I think I'm okay. But if I have to drop Multiversal Passage, I take the risk of dying to just damage. I don't know that I love that idea. It's kind of a tough spot, but I think what I have to do here is play the Diversion unit. Celestial Reunion. Revealing these silencers, and then get Aerial Doombot. And that gives me 2 flyers. He only has 1 flyer. If he doesn't draw a removal spell, I should win the game. Draws a sleight of hand, so that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. As another Sunderflock. Okay. Well, this was highly unfortunate. I may go back and find there was a way to win this game. But yeah, I don't have anything with haste in my list, so now I know more about what my opponent is doing. I don't think Aetherize is good here. One into the flood mod? I don't think so. Okay. This is good. I'll keep this. We're going to be in trouble if the opponent comes out with some early quick removal. I mean, that's really what this game is going to hinge on. I fully expect, though, that this is going to get burst lightninged or something. Okay. Gene Pollinator is an excellent draw. I think we'll just go ahead and attack. I'm wary of a sweeper. I don't even know if Pyroclasm is in this format. But I don't think it really matters to my game plan here. He probably has Spell Snare up, is my guess. But Spell Snare is not good against this hand. The Gene Pollinator. Robot Insect. Opponent is thinking about this Robot Insect. What are they going to do? Are they going to opt? They're a null? Okay. Well, I'm glad they didn't annul my silencer. Alright. So it's kind of bad because I was really hoping to get silencer down with the ability to protect it with the Fugitive Droid. I don't know if that's going to happen. Opponent is just passing the turn. I try another silencer. Well, as I say, fortune favors the bold. So I have a backup silencer. And Serac is kind of like a slow backup plan for me this game. I think I'm just going to go for it. Probably will get countered or something. But if it doesn't, and I get 2 silencers down, it's going to be hard to lose. Opponent has run their clock down to 10 minutes. Yeah, silencer resolves. So they got now. I think these are coming through. All right, yeah. Poison. Poison, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful poison. End of turn. Dramatic critique. I wonder if they're like running out. Oh, they disconnected. They must have hit the MTGO bug. I'll take this moment to remind the viewing audience that MTGO is a quality program. I believe it has existed since the year 2001, which would make it 25 years old. And to this day, it is one of the most buggiest pieces of software I have ever used in my entire life. How anybody could somehow have a piece of software that is so entirely broken and buggy after 25 years, I do not know. Really don't. But it crashes on me all the time. But we still use it anyways, and we still love it nonetheless. I play poison decks in every single format. You'll be seeing a lot more of me if you like poison. Opponent has reconnected. Finally cast their traumatic critique. Digging for answers. You're looking for something to kill the silencer. Who would blame them? If they don't kill the silencer, I think the match is mine. What do you think? Steam vents. So I lost the end of the video for this particular match. So this is we're picking up with a recording here, and that's actually going to speed things up because the opponent took a long time at the end of this match to figure things out. So they broadside barrage there, and take my turn. I drop silencer. Crash through, so they're at 8 poison now. And it doesn't look like they have much, and they end up losing. So I did win this match. Okay, round 2. We lost the tie roll. Wait for our opponent to decide whether or not they want to play first. Okay, so your opponent finally showed up. We can keep this hand. I don't really love having double reunion, but I think we can make it work. I think it's going to be one of these. Add your Molcub decks. Play the droid. Verge. Momo. This is a flyer. This is probably bad news for us, is my guess. I'm going to play Chrome Dome. It means that Future Bird can't be blocked. I have 3 Celestial Reunions in hand. So I think being my opponent's unlikely to have something like Day of Judgment. It's probably best to just reunion for another Chrome Dome. So if we go for a bunch of Chrome Domes, we can actually just overpower our opponent with creatures. Quantum Riddler. Standard. Sage of the Skies. This has a lifelink. Which is unfortunate for us. So I think what I want to do here Oh, then we're going to race these. You can block them. They have flying as well. I think I just want to hold like that and then hold up Spell Pierce. Cosmic Grand Zenith. Okay. We're just gonna gotta get stopped here, I think. Grand. Spell Pierce just seems really bad here. These creatures have lifelink. I'm a deep caca. I can reunion for I think I just die though. Uh, I don't know that I want to reveal what I'm doing. If I attack here, I think I just die. I'm gonna sideboard. Spell Perish just seems terrible. This is a creature matchup. We want like Aetherize into the flip wall. We'll go down on Keeper's Talent. I don't know how good that's gonna be here. Okay, so we'll be able to play game 2. This looks like a good hand. We have Silencer. We have Aetherize. And Keeper's Talent. It gives us a choice here. I think I don't really care about Gamekeeper's Talent. I think I just want to go hope to draw the land for the Silencer. Okay, so we did not draw a land. We're going to be crashing through for 8 poison when we do. Split up? Oh no. That's very bad. Oh. Very, very bad, y'all. We got split up before our opponent could take all the poison. I just don't know what I'm facing. Maybe I should have expected that. I don't know. The opponent came out with like a very aggressive draw game 1. It was unreasonable for me to expect a sweeper. I'm going to win this game, but we'll try. Yeah, so we're really going to need to cast this Aetherized here. Oh, Pixie. Oh, that card. Ugh. Bad memories, chat. Bad memories. So we can level this up. Opponent is not going to be expecting this Aetherize. Yeah. I walk right into it. Okay. It's pretty good for us. Riddler should die. Oh my god. It's ephemerate in standard. Celestial Reunion is a great draw here. Mainly because we get to get a second silencer and we get to crash through for 4 poison. The thing is that we very much need to survive. Now, remember that this guy can't be blocked. I'm going to put the counter here. My opponent's creatures are all flying. But it is only 13 damage. But I do believe they have Cosmic Grand Zenith in hand. I perhaps should have attacked with the silencer. Yeah. Actually, no, because I couldn't attack in a Quantum Riddler. Well, this matchup seems absolutely miserable for this deck. Opponent knows how to play Magic. We lose. Okay, so match number 3. This looks like a pretty good hand. We're going to keep... We have Cheat Pollinator, and we can get Silencer pretty easy here. So opponent comes out with Storm Chaser's Talent, so this is a prowess type deck, probably. Boomerang Basics. Okay, so they're bouncing their talent. They're just going to make a lot of creatures really fast. This Desculpting Blast might be key here. Taking 3, which is a lot of damage. So we have some decisions. I think what I would like to do is play the Doombot, and then I can tap the Doombot and cast a Sculpting Blast on one of the otters. And that will get me a 1/1 drone. So for next turn, I can cast Celestial Reunion and get Silencer, and the drone will also deal poison. I'm just going to opt here. Yeah. Sleight of hand. Here they come. So we're going to go ahead and tap for blue. Just going to go ahead and Desculpting Blast. We're going to take 3. Now, pretty good shape here, because we're going to go ahead and just go for cast with additional cost. And notice every single time in this league I have cast Celestial Reunion, I have paid the additional cost. So that just tells you like that we have the plurality of robots necessary to make this work. All right, Doombot's going to get in there for a couple of poison. Next turn we could drop double Chrome Dome, which will really buff our team. But we are at 12. And the opponent does have an otter token in play. They didn't. I don't think they made a land drop last turn. The Boomerang Basics. Okay, so they are really all in on this plan. Okay, we play a Passage. Challenge again. The otter is big. Big otter, more otters coming. Attack of the otters. Not going to block. I'm going to go to 8. A second Silencer. Oh, that's golden. You know what they say, silence is golden, right? This is actually just lethal, because this is going to crash through for 8 poison. Can't block because it's flying, and then oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is non-token artifact. Oh, I messed up. Ooh. Okay. Not lethal. But this could not block anyway, so I still think we made the right play. I probably should have played this Multiversal Passage, but it's okay. Violent Outburst. Okay. Opponent's probably just going to kill me here, is my guess. So they can remove my Gene Pollinator. I'm pretty much finished here. It's unfortunate. They're going to opt. Make a land, drop to land. Yeah, they drop a land. And yeah. It's very unfortunate. Very dead. Yeah. But it does say non-token creature, so read the cards. Let's see here. Innkeeper's Talent does not seem like the way we want to go with this matchup. We went into the Flood Maw for sure. And everything else I think seems okay here. So let's go ahead and submit. I think in retrospect, I should have attacked with the Silencer and the Pollinator. So I think actually I maybe could have won that game if I had attacked properly. This is terrible. Okay, we'll keep this. I'm going to throw away Spell Pierce. Do you think about it? There really was no reason not to attack there, because then they have to block. Yeah. I guess Chrome Dome, because Chrome Dome can at least block. I think so. I'm just doing exactly what they did last game. And we are going to do exactly what we did last game, too. Now, I'm gonna leave it up. Slick shot. Or just not attack. I think that's probably incorrect. Get silencer. Attack with the diversion unit. Flat out on land. We can make robots with this land. If we have to. Probably dead here, based upon what my opponent is threatening. Pretty sure I need to block. I mean, I can't win on the crackback. So I'm taking. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. Oh well. Okay, match 4. Let's see if we can do better this time. We are on the draw. We have a 1-land hand with 3 diversion units in it. I think we have to mulligan this. The risk of not drawing a land is there even on the draw. But 3 diversion units? I don't want to take that risk. This is a better hand. Like, I don't need 2 Celestial Reunions. I could get away with 1. So we're going to go ahead and... Let's try out the Doombot. Have removal. I think I'd rather have the Droid. Another red blue, is it? Prowess again? Yeah. Slick shot. Attack. This could get pretty nasty. I think what I'm going to do is just hold back. There's no reason to be aggressive here, because if I'm aggressive, this slingshot is going to race my bot, or even if I do draw lands and get silencer in play, they're going to race me. So this is going to force them to have removal, which they're probably digging for. It'd be really helpful if I had the ward. See, like they can't attack. That's really huge for me here. I know they don't have the removal. So if they did, they'd have cast it. I could use another land. I'm gonna soup these up. Faster. Ops. Like, ward is pretty huge here. Maybe I should not have boarded this out. Last match, if I seem to recall that I boarded it out. Maybe not. They are going to come out with the burst lightning. They're going to have to pay the ward. That's a card that I wish I could spell pierce. Keeper's talent. I don't know. Don't have a lot of confidence. I can get some more lands here. I don't think I can race. Probably just dead. I guess I could have reunion for like the flyer. That was probably the correct play there. I didn't die. I drew a diversion unit. I mean, this does not seem like a race I'm going to win. Crab. That's unfortunate. I think I have to leave this back. Yeah. Falling and getting stuck on lands was not a good thing for us there. I think the keeper's talent could be okay. It didn't seem terrible there, but I think I'd still just rather have Into the Flood Mox. I don't know what else I've really bored out. Yeah. Okay. It has lands and spells. This thing could put a lot of silencers down. I'm actually just gonna maybe spell pierce their opening, like opt or whatever, to try to mess them up. Yeah, definitely spell piercing that. No way am I letting them play that. I'm going to run Chrome Dome out there. Really need to draw land. Good. Things are starting to look up for us. could wait here if we draw a land in reunion. They're playing slick shot. They're attacking? Okay, if we draw a land, we win. Did not draw a land. We drew a gene pollinator. Very unfortunate for us. I think what we have to do here is search up a flyer. Because if we don't, we could just die. Up to 6 poison. It has the burst lightning, but at least it didn't go in my face. And I'm not dead. The crab. That is not lethal. We're going to do what we did last turn. Force the opponent to have another burst lightning in hand. Another slick shot. Opponent. Now, there's no reason not to do this. That makes the fugitive druid. Did they have another crab? These crabs are really annoying. Yeah. So that is a problem for us, unfortunately. But if we attack, we can kill a slick shot if we attack. Because he's going to block here. And he's going to block the virulent silencer and kill it. And then he has to block here, which takes out a slick shot. But I don't think I'm dead. So I think I'm just going to stick around. I'm going to pay 2 life. I guess what I could have done here is actually, see, I could have actually activated this ability. And now I'm dead. Pretty sure I'm just dead. So what I could have done is played Multiversal Passage and then activated Gene Pollinator in response to the crab, and I could have made another Vigilance. I could have made another, yeah. All right. Okay, last match. Can we go 2 and 3? don't have a lot of confidence at this point, but let's try. We'll keep this. We're on the play. And we get to come out with the Doombot. Opponent plays a tapped Blood Crypt. Multiverse Passage is a good draw. I think I'm just going to go with the Diversion Unit. This is going to let me, really protect my team next turn. Cool, but rude. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. Okay. It doesn't seem that rude. There's definitely ruder things my opponent could have been doing there. I think an island. Island makes sense. I paid 2 life. I drew Gene Pollinator, but I don't think I want to cast it. I think I want Keeper's Talent. I don't have Silencer. I'm kind of on a regular damage plan here, but I think I can pull it off. What? A Hardened Academic. Gains lifelink. That's annoying. Has haste. Bloodghast. Okay. So I discarded a Bloodghast. Okay. I see. So some kind of discard aggro deck going on here. Fugitive Druid is a good draw. I think. What I'm going to do here. I think I'm okay tossing the Diversion Unit away to block this thing. I'm going to use your graveyard. Yeah. I can't counter that. This Spell Pierce is pretty bad here. Another Bloodghast. This is very unfortunate for us. They did not. They did not buff the Hardened Academic, which was almost certainly incorrect. So now I can block. I'm taking 6 here. Fine with this. I think I have to leave back some blockers. Like this thing is a 4/4. I think I have to pump this. And this Spell Pierce is just rotting in my hand. Spell Pierce is so bad sometimes. This is true in Modern too. And whenever you face a creature matchup like this, it's so bad. It's just so bad. Like I have this spell This counter spells. A diversion unit counter spells? Yeah. So they're actually going to erode the diversion unit. I can't tell you why they're doing that, but we'll let them do it. I get to get a basic. I don't know why they didn't target the Doombot. Okay, so we're casting this card. I think I have to counter this. Yeah. They're attacking. If they don't block, I'm probably not going to make it. Yeah. Of course. Never you discard a card. Okay. Well, that could be problematic. So I'm not dead in theory. I am taking some serious damage here. So if I block a Bloodghast, I go to 1. If I play Innkeeper's Talent, level 3, you may search your library for a card. Oh, wonderful. It tutors. This means I'm probably dead. Yes, the offense is practiced. I don't think there's anything to do about that. I'm dead. Yet another creature matchup. So obviously, like, Magic Goldfish would have had me believe that Standard was a little bit more about control. There have been a lot of creature matchups, and these Spell Pierces have been just downright terrible. I don't even know if they belong in the deck, to be honest, because you do have Diversion Unit already. Like, just notes for whatever poor person decides to take this deck on and continue building it. I would really consider just not having the Spell Pierces and just playing more removal, because maybe even not even playing. I don't know. We'll keep. This is pretty good. You have the turn 1 Pollinator into turn 2 Chrome Dome. Oh, Death Marks my Pollinator. That card actually isn't that good against me, but in this case, it seems exceptionally good. I also feel like I misplayed this league, and I've also had like just a rough share of fortune. Another pollinator. We have needed a land. Like I have 23 lands, but I've consistently not drawn a third land. Yeah, I'm into the flood ball for this thing. I don't know that I care about this thing. It has haste, which means I don't really want to bounce it into the flood maw. And if I draw a land, I can get silencer down. I do not draw land. I still can get Silencer down. I actually think I'm gonna do. It's pretty bad to have to tap out there for that. But next turn, I do potentially get double Silencers. My opponent's got a Seam Rip. I'll be the Pollinator. No, the Drone. Okay. Now we have Into the Mud Flood Maw for that. Moon Shadow. Okay. My cards he's playing Modern. Can't block this. Play Cecil again. Just brutal. So I think what I want to do here is just hang back on these Into the Flood Maws and try to like burst my opponent out. Like, because if I can bounce two things at end of turn and draw land, I think I'm good. They're sending everything. It seems aggressive. Yeah. Yeah. I think this Moon Shadow is such a serious threat now. I think I have to bounce it. And if I bounce the Seam Rip, I get my. I have to give them a tapped fish to do that. Yeah. You can have a fish, buddy. Just brutal, chat. Just brutal. We're so close to just winning the game here. Like, I can Celestial Reunion and pull out a 1/1. I can cast Virulent Silencer. I can attack with the Droid for 4 poison. And then I'm potentially facing trouble next turn because my opponent has 3 cards in hand. Yeah. I don't know that it makes much sense. I really need a flyer to block this thing. We can crash through for 2. Yeah. My opponent can just kill me with the cards in their hand. Lovely. Alright, well, this deck. So this deck really falls short of the mark of kind of what we were expecting. Now, granted, I did misplay a couple of these matches. It is quite possible I should have won more matches than going 1-4, but also the deck felt kind of weak. Maybe it needs another land. It did struggle to draw lands on several occasions. Maybe again it was just luck or something, but it seemed to be it seemed to fall a little bit short of what we needed to be. Spell Pierce felt pretty rough. Maybe consider replacing that. Um, Otherwise, it did work sometimes. So the idea is not totally meritless, but it is definitely going to need more polishing. Well, that's all I have for today. Goodbye.